Well, you're right, guys. Here we go with my take on a special fried rice. And this one is a viewer request from David. Cheers, buddy. To me, special fried rice is fried rice with added protein. So you can use basically what you want for this one. Let's go through the ingredients and we'll chat about the protein in a bit. Groundnut oil, an egg, char siu pork or any pork or cooked chicken, prawns, cooked prawns, 1 or 2 day old cold boiled rice, some oyster sauce, light soy sauce, a handful of peas, a chilli or half a chilli, optional, 5 spice powder, that's optional again, pinch of salt if you need it at the end, and some spring onions, just at the very, very end. The spring onions have that little bit of crunch. And of course a drop of sesame oil. Let's get cooking. Okay then, well, there's not a lot of prep involved with this dish. I'm just chopping the spring onions here, nice small rounds. These go in at the end to have that little bit of crunch. I didn't have any char siu pork, so what I've done, I got a pork steak and I just marinated it overnight in a few Chinese sauces, bit of oyster sauce, bit of soy sauce, and there it is, look. And I cooked it this morning, 20 minutes in a 200 Celsius oven, and you can see it's taking a nice brown colour on the outside. Not the traditional red colour of a char siu, but it'll do. Some cooked prawns. Now these are freshwater prawns. I'm not a great fan of prawns, to tell you the truth, but these were nice. I think the problem with me is I don't like prawns as a main dish. Like, for example, I couldn't eat a prawn cocktail, but if they're in a spring roll or in a special fried rice, they'll do. So get the spring onions chopped up, get the chilli chopped up. Chilli's totally optional. It adds that little bit of kick, and that's what I need. Notice how I'm cleverly avoiding touching the chillies. Lesson learned once too often with this one. I'm using the wok again for this one. It needs to get hot. And the wok has already been seasoned with a drop of oil, just rubbed it around, warmed it up and tipped the excess oil out. And now we're in with the cooking oil, which once again is groundnut oil. It's a funny dish, this one. It's called special fried rice or Yangzhou fried rice in British takeaways. In America, it's called house fried rice. And in Australia and New Zealand, it's called combination fried rice. The Yangzhou comes from the Chinese of Yangzhou, which is the place where it supposedly originates, but that's up for debate. Okay, crack your egg into the wok. Get it stirring for a bit. It's sticking to the bottom, it doesn't matter. My wok always sticks to the bottom. It's got a few scratches on there. Once it's half cooked through, then it is in with the rice. And as I mentioned, this is 1 day old boiled rice, been in the fridge overnight in that little tub, the Chinese takeaway tub, believe it or not. Just break it up, doesn't take long. You can separate it beforehand, but there's no need to really. This is helping it to warm through a little bit. Get the egg stirred in, toss it around. The wok needs to be really hot for this. It doesn't take too long to cook through, maybe 2 minutes. When you get this dish at a restaurant or a takeaway, the ingredients are cooked specially, so they're using proper char siu pork and chicken and prawns and that. But at home, it's a dish for using up the leftovers, if you know what I mean. So you got a bit of chicken in the fridge, you got a bit of pork in the fridge, you got some peas from the freezer. So at home, really, it's almost like a budget dish. Use up the leftovers. The only thing you do need to do, if you're going to do this, is think about it the day before and cook the rice. Do not use fresh rice. All you end up doing is steaming it. It's not nice at all. Okay, the pork or chicken or chicken or both, nicely warmed through now. So in with the prawns. I said earlier these were pre-cooked. They're not. They're raw river prawns, but they only took a minute to cook. In with a dollop of oyster sauce. 1 tablespoon for this, for a meal for 2 this was, a dish for 2. And then in with 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. Get that oyster sauce off the spoon. That's mine. That's got to go in. Got to go in. Get it in there. Give it all a good stir around again. You'll notice the rice changing colour already. And the bits of egg that were stuck to the bottom of the wok have all joined the rice. In with the chilies. Like I said before, totally optional. I like a little bit of warmth in my fried rice, my special fried rice, especially. In with the peas, as many or as few as you want. About 30 grams is about enough, I think. Cooking lovely now. Look at the steam coming off. A little sprinkle of 5 spice powder, totally optional, but this is a special fried rice, so I want it to taste a little bit different. Give it all another good mixing, and then it's in with the spring onions. Spring onions towards the end, I want them to be crunchy. You put them in too early, they'll be like soggy onions. About a teaspoon of sesame oil just to set it all off. You can actually add the sesame oil at the start if you want and stick it in with the groundnut oil for cooking. I put it on at the end. I wanted to taste the sesame. Last stirring, and then it is. Dish it up. Diggy dishes it up. Yangzhou fried rice. Let's see what we think of this one then. Yep, very nice. Lovely. That's another one I'll be having later. Thanks again for this one, David. Fantastic. It's one of those dishes you can have as a main course, or you could put a little bit on the plate to have as a side dish along with something else, which I may just well do in a few minutes. Catch you on the next recipe, guys. Take care.